Hey everybody, it's MND, and today I'm going to show you guys how I use DaVinci Resolve to edit my YouTube shorts. Let's go! So here we are, we're back in my edit screen here. As you can see, I've got my text already set up for my counters, for my eggs. I've got my opening text set up there, which I'm going to be changing to day 5, because it is day 5 now that I'm editing here today. This video won't be live until after day 5, so don't worry, no spoilers. I'm going to change the egg numbers and everything. I'll do that once, we'll get to the point. So what I do is I add my raw footage. So we got my camera in there, and then we add my gameplay. I do record my sources separately. I prefer it that way. There's my gameplay source and my video source. So what I do is I first zoom out a bit on my timeline, and then I drop my video file in there. Now what I like to do is I like to find where the eggs are on my video, which I believe are around about here, and then I snip the video here, delete all this excess at the start. Can you tell I'm used to doing this on dual screen setup? I'm doing it single screen just so you guys can see. So there we go, that's my first 5 eggs. Then I get my next lot of eggs, give them a little snip, snippy snip. There's my next lot of eggs, delete that, and that'll line it back up again, and it's lined up with my third lot of eggs. We do that again, delete that bit. Got ahead of myself and didn't delete the end bit, so there we go, there's the end of them ones, and then same again over here with these two. Right, so that is all 20 of the eggs for that day. And then what I like to do is I like to take my eggs and line them up, so I've got the first 5 together, second 5 together. So if I do something like that, drag that audio down. So there's 5, 10 eggs, and then I snip them together, and I do the same thing here. Bring them over. If I put that there like that, and put them to there, and then drag that audio down. So then I've got audio and video lined up, synced up, ready to go. And then it's very easy for me to chop these eggs down. So first things first, that egg is already cut. That egg's cut. In fact, cut it about there. That should be the point where the egg's about to hatch. I have been doing this for a while now, so I know exactly where these cut points should be based on the audio line. So we give that a little snip there and there. So that's egg number 2, egg number 3 from that line. Now they may not be numerically ordered here, because obviously I've got egg 1 and egg 6 together here. But that's fine, as long as my actual egg where I get the encounter is in the right place. So I've just pressed the N key there to turn off the magnet you saw here. You may have seen it light up and light off. It's just a bit easier for getting them extra cuts here, because it wants to cut to the line here. So if we get rid of that bit and line them 2 up, that's the first egg done. Now we should line them 2 as well, so that's them. Then what I do first is I'll bring these first eggs in. We line them up with our first text file, which is going to try and line up with the back of it, but then we do the same again with the audio here for these eggs, but we drag these over the top onto that point. And then same again with these ones, line them up. And what this will do, it'll erase all of the in-between part. Then we got the 3, and then drag that one in, there we go. So that's them ones, they're not lined up. Line up, everybody line up, let's go. Right, so we drag them in, mark it on, and that is our first 5 eggs, our first 10 eggs, sorry, all lined up. But now if I press play there, they're going to overlap. I was going to say, I have got the exact points saved on my Discord. I've got a channel in there that's separate, where only I can see it. And basically it's got all of my measurement points to where I put my files and things. So if I want to line up all of my Charmanders to be in the same spot, which is what I do, then I can do that very, very easily. Oh, actually, they've lined up pretty well. Like, I don't mind if the cut's a little bit rough. The idea behind it is if it is a little bit rough, then it doesn't look like you're just using the same footage over and over again, because I have been accused of doing that, and as you can see here, it's not the case. I do cut all of my own footage and record all of my own footage, line them up. So that is my 20 eggs all lined up there. I should say almost all lined up. Now once I've done this, there will be a few bits that I need to trim off the end, but that's not a problem. There we go, we should have now all 20 eggs lined up nicely, that end point. I just need to do the cut there. Just need the magnet on for, why is it not flipping? There we go. And same again there, so if I delete them now, and them two, oh it didn't cut. There we go, now it's cut. So what I need to do now is select that entire row there. These are going to be my top eggs. So if I put the measurement in here, which in my case is 181, and my magnification is 125, so that'll now line them up perfectly where I need them. And now the next row again is 125 by minus 2021. That puts the eggs lined up perfectly now. So if I press play now, you'll see that all the eggs are in position and hatching perfectly. So what we can do from there is then we can add my camera in, which is up here. Nice and simple. Should be able to see the audio. Yeah, the audio's there. So from that, once the audio is loaded in, it does take a little minute sometimes, I can find the point where I wanted to start the video. But then once this is all done, I can find the point that I wanted to cut my camera in, get rid of any chafe at the start, which is just me waiting for the camera to prime. And we put the audio for that on audio layer 1. I like my voice on layer 1, it just makes sense to me. There we go, so that can come over here now. Just gonna put my headphones on to make sure that I've got that right, because I'm actually going to be using this edit as well for my upload. Yeah, so that was the bit that I wanted to use. You see there's some dead air here. Normally I don't like having dead air, but lately with me having the really bad throat, I have had a fair bit of dead air in it, which I think has affected my views. So I'm going to try and use some of these bits where I'm talking rather than just the dead air for today's short. So we'll snip that there and there, there and there. So make sure again that you put your magnet tool back on if you want it to snap perfectly, which is what we want. So drag that bit in there. So now there won't be dead air there. And let's see what I'm saying here. Yeah, so I've got some talking going on there as well. It's not just me singing along to the music I've got on Spotify, so that's fine. I do listen to some music usually while I'm doing it. Yeah, we don't want me coughing. Any good talking there to finish it off? That'll do. That's actually really good. We'll add that bit right at the end. So then it loops around nicely as well. So now I've got all the voice in that I want to use. I want to snip that just there. But now that's all of my vocals in. So what I like to do is I move my entire camera up first to the position I leave it in, which is 2100, which is there at the top. However, at the opening of my videos, I'm usually really zoomed in. Now how I do that is slightly different to how most people do it. I don't just zoom the actual footage in. I like to be able to move my camera around as well. So make sure you mark a point. Very easy to do, just click that and that will remember the position that the camera's in at that point. And again, at this point where I need my camera to be exactly where I want it to be, mark it in again. At this point here, in fact, sorry, at this point here, you want to go back 1 frame, which if you click this arrow, will take you back to the start, so don't do that. So if you want to go back 1 frame, if you just click the arrow key, 1 frame, click your marker again, so then it will remember your position, and then change this number. So in my case, I usually zoom at 3.45, and my camera's at 0. If I want to do a fancy pan and things like that, I can position this to be in a different point. Like for example, I kind of like that position there. So if I go back to the start again, it, as you can see, is reset back. So if I put that to 3.45, put that back to 0. So now when I press play, as you can see, it pans. And you can use this, like, if I wanted to, I could extend that out. And extend that out. And at this point here, instead of me having my camera just cut straight to the smaller camera, I could change it where it instead, let's get rid of that one. So at this point, I need a pin, because I don't want it to be doing this yet. So as long as I've got the same settings, exact same settings as I had when I was here, which in this case I wanted 233 because I liked that position. It was slightly off center and I like that. We go to this point again, put that number in. So now what's gonna happen is when the video gets to this point, it just slowly puts my camera back at the top. Now, it looked a bit janky there, but that's just DaVinci Resolve and how it works. When you do edit it out, as you've probably seen in the shot, it will be nice and smooth. There you go, that's it. That's literally all I do. And then for my text, I just changed the first number to be 20 higher than previous. Simple as click, change the number, click, change the number. Once I've done all that, I then have to deliver it. So what I'll do is I'll show you guys the delivery screen now. So when you come to the delivery screen here, you have to, I tend to click YouTube because then it's formatted exactly how YouTube wants it. However, the resolution I do change custom, and again you type it in 1080 by 1080, not 1080, 1080 by 1920, and then your video is also formatted in this shape, mobile phone shape, rather than being formatted in full screen shape. And yeah, once it's done, type in your title. In my case, I call it Charmander Day and then the day that I'm doing, so in this case it'd be Charmander Day 5. Then click to add to queue and then render, and then you're done. Simple as that. So there we go, that is how I edit my YouTube shorts. If you did enjoy the video, do click that like button, click this subscribe here if you are new to the channel, and of course check these 2 videos. Anyway, thank you for watching, I'll see you all soon, bye for now.